Good afternoon, Ro. How are you today?
I'm doing pretty good, Danielle. How are you?
I'm great. It has been a pleasure speaking with you thus far and learning about your experience. So I'm going to go ahead and let you get right to it and talk a little bit about your experience in medical billing. So you have the floor.
Okay, so I would say my medical billing experience, like I said, dates back to maybe '02 at the beginning. I
Okay.
came into healthcare working at Independence Blue Cross, which is really big there in Philadelphia, where I'm from. I started as just a regular customer service rep, worked my way all the way through up to special point of contact, in which basically it was like more of a account management. I had several accounts under me. And the reason we were premier accounts was pretty much due to all of our clients at least spent $1 million with us a year on health insurance for their employees. So all their accounts was really important. So I did everything from, benefit verification, going with them through procedure codes and diagnosis codes and things that was allowed under the policy, through claims rejections or reimbursement services, whatever they needed on that account to get things paid or keep things in line was my job. So medical billing has been with me through to now. My last position with AssistRx, site lead pretty much was the same thing as being a single point of contact. I had several medications under my belt, which I had several teams. My smallest team was 5 people. My largest team, I would say maybe 120. All of my medications were life-sustaining medications, where so basically, if I didn't get my patients on and continue therapy, they may no longer be with us. So it was very stressful job, very high paced, but you had to pay attention to detail. You had to watch those claims, whether it be the facility or the doctor's office claim, the professional claim. You had to make sure everything was in order because our patients, like I said, couldn't miss a beat.
Sure, absolutely. Yes, life or death, that's super important. That's a lot of trust that they put into the
Yeah.
agents that work there for sure. So tell me about a good success. It could be any time in your career. Tell me about a big win that you had.
A big win. Okay, so I'll use AssistRx. And when I came on board with them, we were starting out with a new medication. And it was a medication that no one has never heard of at the time. Now it's worldwide. Everyone knows about the Omnipod. But when
Mhm.
Omnipod first came out, no one knew what it was. No one knew anything about it. And it was our job to basically drum up business per se, like, get it on the formularies for the insurance companies and get people interested, get out there what it is. Because this was pre commercials. This was like really just kind of word of mouth, from the doctor's office, maybe possibly saying some things, us, getting together and then maybe getting out to people that we may have knew would benefit from the device. So it was like really early on. So one of the groups that I was a part of was a pilot program that just worked with the doctor's offices. And doctor's offices are flooded with prior authorizations constantly. They don't want to complete them, they really don't want to do them. So my job was to come up with a way that made it as easy and as fast as possible so that we can get them to complete this, so that we can badger the insurance companies to get it on formulary so that we can get it for our patients at a lower cost. Um, that was like basically one of the proudest pilot programs that we were on, because not only did it take off and it go well, it went so well. It was like basically I was nominated as like top rep to handle the doctor's offices. They were calling like just want to speak with me, and just building that bond with the doctor's office and just made it so much easier and so much better to get our patients information completed and done. When you have that dedicated team, the doctor's office are familiar with that person, they know who they can call. You have someone you can call on. It just built that professional bond. And it just make, even if you don't understand something, now they're willing to assist you because you have that bond with them now. And it's like, well, I know she's about her business. Let me get her this information
Yeah.
because she's going to be on her patient. So that team is like my most rewarding. And our patients went through therapy. We got it on formulary to years later now. Omnipod is worldwide. So many people
Yeah.
are on it, so many benefits to it. So I would say that's like my proudest moment.
For sure. And so how did you develop that? Like, what did that look like? Was it like they were calling in or what did that look like?
That initially came from, patient information, patient calling in. It was like an 800 number or email
Mhm.
in, and we would take that information. We would get their insurance information. We would do the benefit investigation with the insurance company, which calling, going over CPT codes and diagnosis codes to see what was eligible under the policy, how much would the insurance pay for, would it pay for anything not, if prior authorization is required, and really going from that to filing prior authorization, keeping up with the insurance companies, badgering them, saying how many patients need it and they're requesting it, all the way through to on formulary. Patients are on it, continuing therapy. We're getting, the great reviews all the way through. Just awesome. Just awesome.
Wow. Congratulations, Ro. That is a big deal. That's,
Thank
I
you.
mean, that's
Yeah.
life-changing for someone.
Yeah.
And then when you said you were nominated top rep, was that something that your teammates nominated you to, for from your
Yeah, that was
colleagues?
my teammates. It was like peers, so it was like even more, when they
Yeah.
think that much of you. So it's like you don't think your work is never noticed, but then when your peers notice your work, it's just, it's exemplary.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that good work. Kudos to you. I love that
Thank
type of
you.
a story. I'm gonna go ahead and stop this portion of the recording, but don't go anywhere because I've got some other questions for you. Just a
Okay.
sec.